There's more secrets to be uncovered about who's responsible for these games or why these games are still going. Can these games ever be stopped? And so we're going to try to talk about whether this was justified having a season 2. Also, I have some questions when we get to the spoiler part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's about 3 things.
What's that? I can't hear you there. Cheese razor mouth.
Keep playing with me. Eliminate it. Just get your ass up the way right now. You want a piece of this too?
No, I'm fine. Let's keep playing.
Sorry, I'm gonna reach around you real quick.
I thought you were gonna reach my ass.
Little reach around.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You're back in the game. Who says special favors won't get you certain places?
Oh, dang, I was counting on that money, too.
Yeah, sorry. Well, you two have to duke it out.
Oh, my God, you got lights on and everything.
Oh, impressed?
Yeah, I actually am.
You know what, man? He might have an edge over you right now. I'm waiting on that reach around.
So that's why you got a big circle there?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. X marks the spot, baby. Should be a little lower. How y'all doing, everybody? Welcome to the Squid Game discussion.
Yes.
I had this because
I played the Squid Game pop up in.
Did they give you the mask?
No, I just no, hell no. Does Netflix give away anything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they give away a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, well, they didn't do it that day.
Oh, okay.
I bought this, and this cheap piece of plastic was not cheap at all.
Oh.
But since I was there, I decided, because Patrick, my friend in New York who took me to this, he said, man, just go and get one for a souvenir, because he paid my way to get in. So I'm like, all right, and I knew we were doing the review. So I said, you know what, I'll get one. We'll do the review. I'll see how it looks. So
Yeah,
it came out pretty nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Put to some good use right here.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah, no, actually it is. Actually, you know why?
Why?
Because it has a peanut shape just like my head. Look at this right here. Oh. Yeah, I just thought I'd put this to some good use right here. This is fun. How y'all doing, everybody? Thank you for your patience. All right, people, welcome to the Squid Game discussion and review and spoiler talk. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a review and a discussion before we get into the spoilery talk so that we're not ruining it for anybody except for the people in this room who might not have seen this.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, JV, you do have a chance.
Nah.
If you would like to vote to get out the games, you may do so now. All right.
Okay.
There you
I
go.
would say that it would be worth it to step away.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
All right. Hand me that, please.
Sorry, I just didn't want you to run it over.
No, I appreciate that. I just have to.
Real quick. You've made your choice.
That was worth it.
Eliminated.
All right. So you can stick around for a little bit, y'all, as we talk about the second season of Squid Game. Now, with this, I like to have sort of an angle or another point to these discussions and reviews. And of course, we want to talk about if this really did justify having a second season. We get so many sequels and second seasons and third seasons of things, and they're just doing it for the money. They ain't doing it because it was really needed. And people have argued. Squid Game, it was good. It told what it needed to do. Let's not push it. And some people say, well, it did leave on kind of a cliffhanger if you want to choose that. And you can continue to tell this story of this world right here. And, there's more secrets to be uncovered about who's responsible for these games or why these games are still going. Can these games ever be stopped? And so we're going to try to talk about whether this was justified having a season 2. Also, I have some questions when we get to the spoiler part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's about 3 things. And again, I'm genuinely asking. I think there's some things that I might have missed, or there's some things that happen that bring up some questions that would at least probably bring some good theories in if we don't have an answer for it. So there you go, folks. You're going to get a good discussion and a review, and then we'll go into the spoiler stuff. Might kind of slightly step into spoiler territory a little bit during discussion. I will warn you about that, but not a whole lot. And most of you have seen it anyway. Everybody binged this. It was one thing about this. It was only 7 episodes.
Yeah. which let me know that I can binge this.
Is that a good sign right there already?
Oh, well, maybe I was hate watching it.
That is true, as he's been known to do.
Let me just get this over with.
He's been known to do a lot lately. No, I'm messing with you, sir. I'm very curious to see what both of you think about this. So if you have watched the show, if you started watching it, or if you haven't, and you do choose to stick around for a little bit, we return back to the games. But this time, Ji-hun?
Yeah.
Ji-hun. Gi-hun, the winner from the last game.
4, 5, 6. That's how I call
He
him.
was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Player 4, 5, 6. He has chosen to return to the games because even though he won the equivalent of $5 million or something in American money, looking at all that death just his mind up. He says, "How can I enjoy this money?"
Mm-hmm. Knowing what they did and what they're going to continue to do.
What these people have done and will continue to do. He says, "You know what? I will put this good money to good use. I will use it to hire the people I owed money to in the first place. Now I will pay them off and then keep paying them to help track down who these people are. And then I'm going to do some James Bond shit. I'm going to sneak back on the island. I'm going to bring my team of mercenaries and boy, we're going to take this down." Well, we wouldn't have 7 episodes if that was the case.
Right.
In fact, we don't even have a full season, to be honest with you. This ends on sort of a cliffhanger.
Sort of.
Yeah, no, it does. Very much so. You can't get no more cliffhanger. You can't hang no more off that cliff.
No.
Than the way they did right here.
And it's a good thing we don't have to wait for the 3rd season.
When is the 3rd season coming out?
Next year.
Oh, that's right.
They shot it back to back.
Yeah, the creators said that they're thinking about releasing this in the summer or at least the latest the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, man, to answer that question I'll tell you what, let's watch a little bit of this trailer first. It's all in Korean. So unless you speak Korean, you're going to have to read the titles, or just sit back and just wait until we stop the trailer. And then we'll come back and have our discussion right after this.
네가 그 안에서 총질을 하든 밖에서 야바이 짓을 하든 달라지는 건 없어.
And because somebody told me, and I got to disagree with you, Ryan Hamilton or Ryan's Angel. He said that this felt, and I thought it was a cool analogy that you were making, but he said this felt more like DLC. It's short, it's dropped in there, you don't get a full story. And he said his biggest complaint was, "Man, I'm here for the games. I want to see people die. I ain't here for no story." I was like, well, go play the video game then.
Yeah.
Or watch that old busted ass
a Squid Game challenge.
Yeah. Or watch that old ripoff Mr. Beast games.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, after watching those fake ass Squid Game, it's nice to have the real thing back right here. But I think that this does, and I respectfully disagree, I think this does everything a good sequel should do.
That's what I thought too.
Mm-hmm. It more than justifies having a season 2. Listen, the thing with doing a sequel or another season or continuing anything, in order to justify it, you have to have more info, than they do. They deliver a lot more info on what's happening. There's more secrets to be revealed. There's more of this world to explore. They develop more of this world. And more importantly, the characters actually evolve. Probably more than they should. Like the guy that was the cop, Hwang Jun-ho. Before we get back into the games, we follow what a lot of these characters are doing or what happened to them from last season. The cop fell into the ocean after getting shot by, and everybody's seen season 1. Was that his brother that shot him?
Yeah.
So his brother, he's the front man. He was in the games at one time, won, and they, instead of leaving, they promoted his ass. So now he's running the games. So his brother shot him. Now, brother shot him probably not to kill him, to give him a fighting chance. He fell into the ocean. And I like what...
Which would kill you, but...
Which would kill you, but yeah. But I mean, hey,
it's TV or movies or whatever.
I mean, that speaks to a lot of what this show does. It's very theatrical and like over the top, but somehow they managed to keep it pretty believable for the most part, I would say.
Yeah. And I like what they do with the character because now they're getting to be able to get out a lot of the drama of the games and that scenario, and they're able to humanize these characters a little bit more. I like this character in the way he was found by this boatman over here, this captain, this seafaring captain or whatever. But they had this cool relationship with each other, and I like that we were able to see more of this cop. He quit the force, and he's obsessed with trying to find a way back to that island, which is why he's got, he's teamed up with this sea captain right here. And I like their relationship. I like the back and forth between them. I like that we're getting to learn more about the cop. But I think the biggest one that has evolved the most in this show is Gi Hun. He's because man, listen, that last season he was just a goofy ass loser.
Right.
He was goofy. He was whiny.
He was a schlubby everyman.
He really was, man. Yeah, and irresponsible. You saw how he couldn't even be a proper father. This season, though, as we said, he's seen some shit. So
he's grown up a lot.
He's mentally beaten.
But his demeanor is so different. It's almost like it's a different actor and person altogether.
It really is. It's like the characters, they're like, hate to say it, but looking at 455 people die made his ass grow up. Made him quit bullshit. Yeah. He got his act together real quick. Yeah, but he's mentally beaten down by everything he's seen. He's joyless. Man, he is so unhappy and sad. He wants to be in places that keep him sad. Like he bought a hotel. He didn't buy a nice hotel. He bought an old rundown, nasty ass, shitty hotel just so he could keep feeling sad. He just sits in the dark all day with his pile of money. He's like a sad ass Scrooge McDuck. He's just sitting on his money all day, feeling pissed off and sad. And the only time he shows any life at all is when it's through his obsession of trying to find out who these people are. Mm-hmm. Man, I love the way this character has come along. It's a huge turn from the way he was in the first season. Selfish, whiny, desperate. Now he's still desperate, but now he's desperate to save everybody's life.
Right.
That was so cool to watch him know that's one of the great things about this. You are now going back in with somebody who has done it. Mm-hmm. And you just want to see how he's going to talk sense into everybody. None of these people are going to listen.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's doing his best. First off, like with the first one, everybody starts that first game thinking we're just playing a game. You're going to win some money. And once people start dying, they start waking up. They're like, oh, shit. But these people aren't even all that panicked because they're just so like, yeah, I don't really want to die, but I got to get some of that money.
Yeah. There's a cool message behind that too. Yeah. But just seeing him now, just knowing what's going to happen, knowing that is real. And these people just kind of like, who is this fool up here? They talk about he's crazy.
Well, they also bring in this whole new dynamic where there's a Gen Z demographic that wasn't there before.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of them. That's a whole new element that's in this whole thing.
Sit down, old man.
게임을 하다 걸리면 죽습니다.
Okay.
아저씨! 그게 뭔 소리예요? 무궁화 꽃이
You talking about Gen Z. It's all the old people talking about, sit your ass down. What the hell you talking about? Shut up. They say, you just want to get the money. He's trying to get in our heads. What's cool about this is that, listen, this has never been a light message. It's very heavy-handed. The first one was about how the rich manipulate the poor.
Yeah, how they exploit them.
Yeah, exploit them. It's all about income inequality.
Yeah, it's the Mr. Beast show.
Pretty much, yeah. Man, that shit was more sinister than this show ever was. But this time, and I think it's a very true message. This time it's about the exploitation of the poor by the rich. But the rich the poor contributing to it. Because they were easily manipulated, thinking like, you know what? If I try hard, I'm going to be just like them.
Yeah.
So whatever they tell me, I'm going to follow it because they know something. And that's how you get manipulated by politics. That's how you get manipulated by corporations.
Yeah.
And it just shows how, listen, yes, the 1% and corporations and the rich, they can be assholes. But y'all have a small part in this too. And it's very true to life.
Yeah.
And to add on what you're saying, it's how people get manipulated by the lottery, which is what I thought they were mainly talking about this whole season.
I connected it to our presidential election because it's people like, I'm voting for this because I feel like I'm part of that. And you're looking at it going like, no, you're not.
No.
I don't even know who put that in your head. Oh, you heard them say it and now you believe it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Or I follow celebrities because I want to be just like them. maybe one day if I keep playing scratch offs, you said, if I keep working hard, I can be just like them. Just name anything: celebrities, politicians, corporations, corporate superstars. It's like we all think like we can. We want that lifestyle.
Right.
It will be like that one day if we're lucky, and that's what these people are like.
Yeah, and the belief that anyone who didn't make it is because they didn't want it as bad as I did. They weren't as smart as me.
Yeah.
They didn't try as hard as as me.
No, exactly.
There's a lot of gambler logic in this show that I thought was really fascinating that they play with.
Oh yeah. Just one more game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you have to admire that the people running the game, they know to come up on a lot of them are gamblers. Degenerate gambling addicts, and they're like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
But that was a line that stood out to me also. Just one more game. It sounded like someone who's on a losing streak playing Call of Duty or someone who keeps losing at roulette.
Or someone in Vegas. Yeah. Just one more shot.
No, it's going to turn around for me. You'll see.
Yeah. And I thought that was something cool in the show. It's a cool detail that he's working with the loan sharks. And the reason why he's working with the loan sharks is a lot of these people owe the loan sharks money. And the loan sharks are telling Gi-hun, they saying, you know what? Yeah, we want to help you out because a lot of people who owe us money are disappearing. we don't know where they're going. So, he's working with the people that actually tried to kill him at one time. Like I said, it's also cool to see this go into sort of secret agent mode. That's another thing that they introduced here. We're seeing a lot of things happen outside of the games. As we said, there are mercenaries now who are trying to figure out where this island is. They're trying to figure out how to get there. They're also trying to figure out how to stop this game. Gives it a lot of this takes place outside of the games, and it feels like a slight action spy thriller. Again, evolving the format of the show in a way.
Yeah, because when they expand on the threat in this show, it's like this weird gang with these odd obsessions, that have their rules and stuff, and they walked really close to becoming like some weird jigsaw supervillains, you know what I mean? But they didn't quite get there, but it was strange.
Yeah. While we learn more about these characters in this world, I think the show really retains something that is very important, at least for me, and it's what kept me watching the first show, made me love the first season, and that is the suspense.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't, man. I'm just a bitch, y'all. All right, I could hardly get through an episode because I was so nervous.
Oh yeah.
About what game was gonna come up, and when I saw what game it was, I was like, damn, how they gonna kill people with that? Because it's all children's games.
Right.
It's just it's all it's sick and it's twisted, and they sadistically kill these people. And that made me nervous.
I felt really nervous all through the first season. And this season, not so much. I mean, there's times I do, but it seems like, and maybe it's been too long, but this season has a lot more humor in it.
It does.
I would also say this season was a little bit more predictable, but even when I had an idea of what was going to happen, I was still on the edge of my seat and able to have fun with it because the filmmaking behind it makes it fun and they pace it super well.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what really makes it for me, what added the suspense to this, because I feel like there's more suspense, but I feel like it's in different areas. One is Gi-hun and his whole mission to stop the games. Nothing goes as planned. And first of all, the game runners are on him from the very beginning. All his plans go awry, and they go so bad that he's like, God damn, I'm stuck in these games again. He was supposed to go in and get out. He's like, I'm playing this shit again. In fact, there's a scene where they're coming in, because I watched some of this in English, where they're zooming in on him. What's that?
I watched it all dubbed.
Oh yeah, so I watched a lot of this in dubbed. There's a part they zoom in on him when he realizes, all right, I got to play the red light, green light game again. They zoom in on him. He's like, I'm.
Yeah, which was a callback to something they did in the first season.
Oh, really?
Where they have a shot like that. I saw
nice.
a side-by-side comparison of those two shots.
So it was suspenseful seeing him back in the game for me, knowing that none of this was going right for him, which is cool when a mission goes wrong. And now people got to figure out, all right, I'm in a worse situation. I got to figure out how to get out of this.
Yeah.
Also, now here's where you got a little bit of a spoiler thing going on. They show it in the trailer, I think, but I'm just warning you right now. The front man, what's his name? Cho Sang-woo. He's now in the game. And what was suspenseful about that, first of all, it's not anything original. He's just the old man from the first game.
Sure. But with the first game, you didn't, or it certainly wasn't revealed that the old man was in on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until like later episodes I was like, how is this old man surviving all this and nobody else? But here they tell you right off the bat. It's almost like the Hitchcock thing where it's suspense because you know it and you're just waiting for what's going to happen.
Well, the suspense comes in that you don't know what he's playing at because he endears himself to Gi-hun's team, and he's acting like he's with them the whole time. And it's like, okay, is he having second thoughts about running the games and maybe he's helping to turn on the games, or to be a traitor and help the players now who want to rebel, or he'll do something that'll make you think like, no, he's working from the inside. He's trying to sabotage these games.
I thought you were going to wait until the spoiler section to talk about it, and stop me if I'm going too far. But for me, his character kind of came off like a fanboy, where he was just like amazed that this guy had done it and that he's back in it. He's like, and hearing him like explain his strategy for the games, like it was interesting to see how he would like question what he was going to do.
He's the front man. He's doing his job and just making sure that this guy doesn't get out of line, or he's trying to control the games from working within. But then he'll make a decision. It's like, okay, well, maybe he is on their side. I don't know. And and there were moments he had to make a decision on certain things that would either hurt the team or help them. And I was on edge talking about, oh my God, what's he gonna do?
This is it. This is where he reveals himself.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't do it.
Yeah. I thought they did a great job with that character. He was my favorite character this season. No, I think the writers so far have done a great job of expanding the story. Which leads me to I'm not gonna do anything to y'all.
You're already doing
it. No, I'm not. I warned you ahead of time.
Oh, this is where you pull that shit like the front man. You've been pretending to be our friend.
Now look at the flowers.
I am not here to harm you. I'm here to give you a very special opportunity, which is Master. Did I hit the right button? I can't see. Let me take this damn mask off. I don't know if I hit the right button or not. Which is Masterclass. That's our sponsor right now. I was telling you about Masterclass because the holidays were approaching. Christmas was on its way. And I was saying, hey, believe it or not, Masterclass would actually be a great gift because you are giving the gift of knowledge that is being taught by some of the world's most popular and best experts in their field. Like I said, with Masterclass, it is the only streaming platform where you can learn and grow with over 200 of the world's best at what they do, which makes this very much an invaluable gift. Because you get the gift of unlimited learning. And as I said, these are no, what's that word you, schlubs. These are no schlubs over here. These are people that know what they're doing, and they're very famous for what they do. And you can watch this or listen to this anywhere, a smartphone, computer, smart TV. Masterclass. I pay for it now. I enjoy it very much. And I have it in my car sometimes, treating it like a podcast, because you can also listen to it straight up in audio mode. Look, you can learn from Aaron Sorkin. I know you love his work. Ron Howard, he's no schlub, as you say. James Cameron. And I'm actually in the business category after I got out of the arts and entertainment, because you can see I'm taking some class from Mark Cuban down there.
Mr. Business.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Lord
sir.
Business.
Yes, sir. I'm learning from the best, Martin. One of these days, I'm going to be in the Billionaire Boy Club. We're going to remember this moment where you laughed at me. Let me see here, though. Like I said, you can go ahead and give this to your loved ones, your friends. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee with this. I'm going to give you a gift right now. The gift of this offer right here, because hey, still the holidays, and during the holidays they have as much as up to 50% off for getting into Masterclass. So head on over to masterclass.com/toasted for the current offer that they have available. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/toasted. All right, folks, I want to thank Masterclass for sponsoring this portion of the show. I want to thank all of you out there for your support. And now back to our discussion here. Let's see here. Any complaints about anything here?
Not really.
There was a big twist that I found predictable near the end. Like as soon as I saw his character, I was like, I see the cut. I don't even want to say it. I know who you are. All right, you're not fooling nobody.
Yeah.
But just I thought that it was great for the most part. Like you said at the start of this, it did the most important thing this sequel can do. It justified its existence and expanded on it in really interesting ways.
Yeah. You know, I agree with you. I think it does lose some novelty from the first season because the first season is the first one.
Yeah. You can't help but have that happen.
But in that case, you see certain things repeated. You know, a lot of character types are repeated here. You know, with this, you have the characters with the noble reason for being there. You got you got those who are like there's another family that's trying to get there, or another contestant trying to get their family out of North Korea. You get the greedy types who bully the others. Also, some characters are more cartoonish than they. Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Bless you. You need some tissue?
No, I'm good.
All right then. Where was I before I was so rudely interrupted? Yeah, before I was bullied by that sneeze right there. Before I was bullied by your nose. I think that there are some characters who are even more cartoonish than they were last season. Now, that's a matter of preference on whether you like them or not. They didn't bother me too much because they did something with them that made me laugh. Like they had that old Korean bruja up in there, that witch.
Oh, yeah.
Who she was going on and on. Now, she was very overdramatic to the point that character was kind of silly. And she was always looking at people, being overdramatic. Always bucking her eyes. You're gonna die. All of you are gonna die. And then somebody got tired of her shit and just started slapping the hell out of her. And that made it worth it. That made it funny.
여기서 죽는 거야. 정신을 하지 마. 다 죽는 거야.
Shut up, bitch. Hit her again. Shut up, bitch. You know, when they do something funny with the characters, you're going to be cartoony, do something funny with them.
And it managed to be a little bit profound in that moment, especially the person who's slapping them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They got a trans character this time. And I didn't expect that because I don't know Korean culture that well, so I don't know the attitude towards trans characters. But they have this character here, and she was one of the strongest characters. Damn! I cut your ass, bitch. You want to lose an eye? But she was a strong character.
Very strong character.
I like that character a lot. I liked that character was full of surprises. I like that character a lot. This character, I don't blame people if they don't like him. But Thanos. Now Thanos, this is actually a guy from a real band.
Boy band?
Boy band. I think it's called Big Bam or Big Pow or something like that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so he's actually a real celebrity from
Pop
the boy
star,
band. Pop star, yeah. But Thanos, he's in the show, he's a corny ass rapper.
Right.
Trying to bully people around.
Rapping in English sounded dumb as hell.
You know what? So he's the kind of character you expect him to be. He's bullying this crypto guy who probably deserves to get his ass beat.
Yeah, because he made him lose all his money.
Yeah, he made him lose all his money. So he's going around bullying this guy. I can understand if he's annoying to some people, but maybe because I watched a lot of this in the English dub, it just made me laugh whenever he talked.
Hey, senorita.
Is this you trying to flirt?
You and me together, yeah, I feel the power. Trying to hit.
That's how he sounded like in the Korean version.
Did it?
Yeah, he speaks English in it, and
He does?
Yeah, it sounds silly as hell.
In the weeds, you're my beauty flower. I like you.
I like the character, man. He had me laughing. And I can understand if he gets on people's nerves because he spends the whole game high.
Yeah.
And just prancing around, jumping around, giggling.
That's the thing. For all his jumping around and all that, I was like, oh, well, he's a drug addict. So,
yeah.
Okay. and this is the kind of character who's set up to be annoying, so you can enjoy when he dies.
Yeah. If he dies. We don't know that.
Yeah. If he dies. Only one person's gonna make it. Ain't gonna be him.
That would be funny if it wasn't. The drugged out, goddamn annoying pretty boy up in there with purple hair. I think some characters have a twist that is way telegraphed here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that going on the predictable thing with you. I think that some things take on a comedic tone that really doesn't fit all the time. You know, they had some people playing the game, and maybe it's to ease the tension because, listen, also, they do, some comedic things, like some players are winning because somebody's behind them talking about, think about that time that person did you wrong. Yeah, I'm winning now. Yeah. Things like that I didn't think were that strong. I did like the dynamic of some other characters, though, the mother and son team.
Yeah.
I like them.
Well, what I liked, what was really messed up, is that she only joined the games that help him out, and then she looks over like, "What are you doing here?" you idiot?"
And she kept embarrassing his ass in front of everybody. They also have a pregnant girl there, so they're kind of upping the ante with these characters more this time around.
Like I was saying, there's a lot of like typical stuff that you would expect them to do, but they write the characters really well to make them interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people, I don't know. I can understand. Some people say, I don't like how goofy that character was, 007. I think it kind of fit with his mom being so overbearing.
It fit. And then, later it's not so goofy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a lame ass.
Yeah. And also there's some heroic moments in here between all the backstabbing and the greed. Also, this ends on a great cliffhanger. You talk about it ending at a moment where things seem hopeless.
Boy, man, I'm watching and I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, how are you going to wrap this up in 15 minutes?
Yeah, because I thought they were going to be done too.
Uh-huh.
Nah, they end this on a great cliffhanger.
And then the stinger that they have is like, well, what the f*** is going on now?
Yeah. I think it's a little more uneven than the first season. And I'll be honest with you, the first two episodes, I'm going to give a compliment and a criticism. I think the first two episodes were pretty good as far as, expanding outside of the games. I also thought that the pacing was kind of slow on those two episodes. If I have to rate this, and I'm more hesitant to do so because it's pretty much the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. But if I was to rate it right now, I give it a very high matinee. And I think if it goes places I think it's going to go, then potentially, I think it has very strong potential to end up being a full price. But it's a great place where they stopped. I mean, it's classic cliffhanger.
Yeah.
All hope is lost.
Yeah.
Everything is lost. So yeah, I enjoyed this very much. I thought they did a very good job being able to continue this in season 2.
Anything that I see as a negative is such a small negative, and it was always something else to counterbalance it. And the first couple episodes were slower, but that's what you need to be to kind of get things set up. And I was totally into this show. As a matter of fact, like with the first Squid Game, I had to watch it in chunks. And I found myself watching this one, ready for the next one, ready for that. I was like, wow, for a sequel that I thought would just be like you guys said, a cash grab or just not that good. I was like, man, they've done everything a sequel should do, the way they've expanded on it and changed things. And not everything, but there's still enough that's familiar. So you come in like Gi-hun, like, oh, I know this. And then it's like, hey, I actually don't know this. And just what they do, the change they do with the voting, where, okay, at the end of the game, if you vote and y'all can leave, you get a majority. That's so nerve-wracking. Just knowing like, man, I know what the right thing to do is, but I'm at the mercy of these other idiots who somehow can't see what's in front of all of us.
Oh yeah, that voting system is another, I forgot to mention, that brings in another level of tension there too. Mm-hmm. After every game, they're allowed to vote to get out. And it seems like it's common sense, but these people are stupid.
I did the math. Do you know how much they turned down in U.S. currency?
How much?
$16,000. Yeah. They turned that down, and they're like, no, not enough.
Yeah, no. And I get it because they all owe so much.
Yeah, $16,000 ain't nothing.
It's not going to do it for them. But they're all betting on, I got to get it here. But it's like, or you may die.
Exactly.
It's like, wow. And so the price of life is, the value of life is so much lower than the money. But for me, like the only reason I watched this in 2 sessions just because it was late and I didn't want to stay up to watch those last 2 episodes, but I couldn't wait to get back on it. And it's been a while since I had a show that I wanted to binge. With Creature Commandos, but like an actual drama with a lot of people. It's been a good while. So for me, it is a full price.
I totally agree. I mean, the only reason I took 2 days to watch it is because I want to digest it. Watching this in parts, like just watching it in 2 parts, that'll give you some time to think about it and let your imagination run. And it makes it more fun to watch the rest of it. I think that the production design in this is another grand slam. I think that the first season, I gave that pretty much a better than sex, because the only thing I didn't like about the first season was like the very end with like the thing with the flower. I was like, what are you guys doing? I guess there's a culture difference there. But with this one, I thought that they picked up where it left off very nicely, and they expanded on all the right places. And again, just a touch on the production value. There's one part that I wanted to give you the timestamp for it. I forget when it is, but when they show a pink guy go to the bathroom, and it has like instructions on the wall that has like the mask and stuff in there. I thought that stuff like that is really silly, and they're able to make nice statements with it. And the nicest statement that I want to mention that they did was, you know, in the first season they show the rich people as animals, and they show a reflection of that when they go to the carnival and you see the mascots. It's like there's the unwealthy people who are also animals within themselves. And I thought it was really nice, very predictable at points, but a lot of fun. I'd give it a full price.
Yeah, it's still a lot of fun. So going into spoiler talk now. This is again. Y'all good? All right. You've been warned. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Success. All right. Let me see here. So spoilers, y'all. We can talk about anything y'all want to talk about. I just have 3 questions to get things started off with. And we don't have to ask all those questions in a row. So you brought up Suit Man.
The recruiter.
He's a badass. You know, in episode 1, they show him. He's being tailed or tracked by, or followed by the people who work for the loan shark. But of course, he's too smart and he outmaneuvers them. And he turns around and beats their ass. Show ass down. Then now he gets them, ties them up. Of course, makes them play a sadistic game. Later on, Gi-hun he confronts him. He tracks him down, confronts him, and the recruiter he just loves playing games.
That's what I was saying when they're like this weird back alley like children's game gang.
yeah, he just loves playing games, man. So he says, you know what? Let's play Russian roulette. Let's play a little game, Russian roulette. Oh, and he loses. So now Gi-hun tells him, I'm going to give you the gun, and you can either take that one bullet that you're about to kill yourself with and kill me, or you can abide by the rules and, well, you know what you got to do.
이제 이 방아쇠를 한 번만 당기면 뛰고 찢고 꼬리나 흔드는.
He just tells him, you know, but if you do decide to kill me, just admit that you're a lapdog for these people. You know, that you just a servant. You're just a boy for these people right here. And the guy says, you know, well, my pride is too big for that, so I'm just gonna kill myself. And there you go. You know what happens after that. So my question, do you know what my question is?
Why would he do that?
Yeah, why would he kill himself? You know,
That's what I like so much about that scene is there's a lot of dialogue that sets that up. Like he calls out that he could have ended it, you know, the second that he handed the gun to 456, where it was like, dude, you could take me out right now if you want to, but you're also sick like me. So let's play the game.
Yeah. I just thought if he's such a badass, why not kill the guy? That's his job. To kill the people that's tailing him.
But this is all this gambler's mentality. And it's so much what we talked about earlier. It's the like, well, I'm not like you, I'm like them. So his idea is that he's not a lapdog. He's one of the people running things. I'm an equal. So he's not gonna admit that, even to himself.
Yeah, I just thought, but if he's that much of a badass, take the guy out.
He could have taken him out any time.
Yeah, I never got that sense that he was that. Maybe the season one things maybe they'll reveal in the next season. I don't know what honor he has to serve this, you know, that he has to these games. I don't know how much honor he has invested in it for the people running it, you know, or how much honor he has for himself that he would do this. I didn't buy that he would do this, but that's just me. For the story's sake, for character's sake, I think I need an explanation for why this character would do this. Now that's where my brain works right there, you know. And I'm not saying no one else should enjoy it. I was looking for, you know, maybe there was some reason that y'all was saying. I'm speculating some of these things.
Yeah.
But I don't think they explained this character well enough to know why that would be why he would be that dedicated to kill himself.
Well, I think the reason for that is the big scene with this guy. Did you want to talk about that one? with handing out the scratchers and the cream buns, because that to me spoke to why he committed to it. He's sick. He's sick and he loves the game and he lives by the rule of that game.
I actually can see that too. He's just that sadistic.
Yeah.
That he loves doing that. I mean, you see him doing that with people. You're right. Like I said, I speculate. I wish they would explain this character more, but I definitely see your point. Yeah, there's a scene where he's just tormenting homeless people.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, he's probably that, and maybe you're right. Maybe that's a scene where just it tells just how messed up this guy's mind is.
And if in the third season they do want to bring him back, I want to see the guy assigned him to hand out those cards to see if they were actual real cards, or if he's just like, I got 2 hours. Why not with some homeless people?
I think that's what he was doing. In a way. I think
it's so gross.
Yeah,
I think they were real cards, but I think he gets a thrill off of just tormenting people. So the front man, during the interview or the discussion and review, we talking about, well, we couldn't tell which side he was on because he keeps flipping back and forth with his actions, keeping it all kind of questionable. Well, at the end, it was made very clear what side he was on. Dumbass, you had time to shoot.
I know.
Why you do that? So that's him shooting the players whose trust he had gained. And then, since he had been following Gi-hun and seeing everything that he was doing, he finally went in and punished him for starting a revolt, which is what happened near the end. He turned he turned a lot of people against the players, took guns from the guards and everything. Looked like it was going well until it wasn't, and they got outnumbered, and then eventually he was caught. This is where we're talking about everything is lost, including Gi-hun's best friend. He uses him, the best friend is used as an example and a punishment.
네 영웅놀이의 결과가 어떤 건지 기훈아.
And of course, we know what's going to happen to him. He's executed, cold-blooded too. Now, even though they killed the best friend, they let the front man let Gi-hun live. Take that. No, you don't. Where are you going? Sit your ass down. So, why do you think they let him live?
Oh, they want to see what he does next. I mean, the front man has complete control of everything, and he's been following this on. Like Julian says, almost kind of a fan.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like he's like, oh, you're too good at this. I want to see you do another round. I got another game I want you to play.
Yeah. So you think that some of this is out of what he's curious of what he can do. Some of it's out of respect.
Yeah, and some of it is to throw him to the other players and you're like, you want to follow this guy? He got all them killed.
Wow. That's a great theory right there.
And it's also, in a way, like an experiment. He's like, all right, I've seen how people react when they see people that they like win. What if I execute someone and then force them to continue the game?
Yeah.
How is he going to react now?
Yeah. I guess it's a means of control, too. Now he can use him to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Now he knows I ain't.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was like one of the only negatives I had really about the show was that leading up to that scene, I was like, all right, y'all are shooting these guns for like 20 minutes here. It seemed like it was a little excessive for me.
It was, but they did try to explain that they were picking up ammunition from the dead bodies of the soldiers.
Yeah.
What's going on with soldier number 11? Soldier number 11, she's the girl who was in the bunny costume, who seemed like she was entering the game because and I like the way they tricked us. Yeah. Because they made it seem like that she was entering the game to help this little girl who, she needed like transplant or something. What was the deal?
She needed like some kind of transplant. The girl was very sick.
Yeah.
And
so she melted her heart, She knows her. She's around the park. She's the caricaturist's daughter. She's bone marrow. That's what somebody said. So everybody thought she was entering the game to probably get money to help that girl. And then when she gets in there, oh shit! Oh my God, she's an asshole too. So she's one of the soldiers. But there's something's going on where what's going on with her? Why in the game? There's something going on to where she doesn't want any of these people to live. because they're doing this thing where they're taking the people who might have survived, getting shot or, barely alive after a game, and they're taking organs from them.
Right. Yeah, that's the whole thing. They're killing these people so they can take the organs.
But she's killing the people before the organs can be taken.
Well, she's not, like her first shot is not, like they should all be headshots. But she's hitting people other places, and it's like you can't just leave them like that. You gotta finish them all. And they're mad. They're like, "No way, you shot this person. We can't do anything with their organs."
But she kills them. No, she like she sees people surviving, and she takes them out in the head.
Yeah.
So why is she doing that? I mean, I don't think they really revealed yet.
Yeah.
So I'm mainly asking what you think.
No. This seems like there's more to be revealed, but she's pretty much a mystery. I had thought that by the end of this we'd know more what's going on with her, but.
Yeah, they haven't finished her story yet.
Maybe it's current events that's influencing why I'm thinking this, but I was seeing her as being mad at like, oh, you guys think you're rich, so you guys get good health care, huh? You get these new organs from these people who are suffering. You're like everybody else. Yeah, that's how I saw it.
She knows something because what she's doing, because some people in the chat are saying it's what I thought. She's obviously putting some of these people, or it appears that she's putting them out of their misery. She sees them dying, and I think she even mentioned something to that effect, that she's trying to, take them out.
She mentioned that she's been doing it a while. It's like, now you're mentioning this to me? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. It seems like she's doing like she's mercy killing. But why? And what does a little girl have anything to do with this? Because her dad is in the game. I think her dad.
No, I think that she's the one who kills her dad at the end.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Call me out if I'm wrong on that one, Chad, but I'm pretty sure at the end, because the dad's in the game too, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's the one that kills him.
Yeah. So, people say, yep. Okay. Yeah, she is. So, I don't know. Like we were saying, I think she's still a mystery. Her story needs to be told a little bit more.
And it's interesting that they're saying the third season is going to be the end of it. I'm hoping that they'll do it in different countries. Like do it in France, the frog game. Do it in the U.S., the dog game.
The frog game.
Zing. The magic of editing. Here I go. Ribbit.
Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.